Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvanavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you for patiently waiting till we start this session. So before going ahead with what exactly is going to happen here, we'll watch one short informative video. Yep. Can we switch off the stage light?
One of the biggest contributions of Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmaya to not only the spiritual world but the world at large is the Sandeepany Sadhanalaya, where sincere young seekers can come and study in depth the scriptures of Vedanta and have an opportunity to do their sadhana and develop themselves and be inspired to serve the world. The 19th Sandeepany Vedanta Course in English at Powai, Mumbai will be starting on 15th January, Makar Sankranti, and I invite as well as encourage many of you to spread the word. Most fulfilling Vedanta course.
Be limited to only those who study or those who seek it up in the Himalayas, but it should flow to each and everyone. And that is when, he took to the plains. He went from city to city, starting from Pune, and then of course everything, as we know, this Chinmaya mission, now how we know it is history, right? We have some 300 and more centers worldwide. There are schools, 80 and more schools. There are colleges. We have the Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth over here. And one of the main vision that Puja Gurudev had was for this knowledge to reach home to home. We also need an army of young seekers who not only have the urge to know this knowledge in depth in the way it is taught in the Gurukula, but also to spread it with a missionary zeal to the world. And with that vision was born the Sandeepany Sadhanalaya in 1963. Now, this course is conducted primarily in English at Powai, Mumbai. And so far there have been 18 batches since that first batch in 1963, which had 30 and more individuals, right? And these students who graduate from what Gurudev called the Open University, what do they study? They study the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and the Brahma Sutra. This is said to be the Prasthanatrayi, right? And when they study this, of course, to have a firm foundation in that, right? They also study Prakaran Granthas, right? What are the Prakaran Granthas? Like right now, all of us are studying the Bhaja Govindam. This is a beautiful text written by Adi Shankaracharya ji, and it is Adi Shankaracharya ji alone who has written so many other Prakaran Granthas, right? Which includes Sadhana Panchakam, Tattva Bodh, Atma Bodh, Viveka Chudamani, among so many others. And so too, we have masters such as Ramana Maharshi ji's text, Upadesa Sara, and many other texts which are taken to give a firm foundation in Vedanta prior to learning the Upanishads, to understand the concepts of the Upanishads. So too, because so many of the terms in the Vedas are in, of course, the language is Sanskrit, right? The Deva Bhasha. Now, to get a grasp on the concepts, etc., it is primarily required that one who is taking this in-depth study should also know Sanskrit. So in the Vedanta course, in the 2-year Vedanta course, which is held at Sandeepany Sadhanalaya in Mumbai, this is what is the primary curriculum. Not only do we study the Prasthanatrayi, not only do we study the Prakaran Granthas, we also learn Vedic chanting, we also learn stotrams, we also learn the puja, the other practices that are required for our sadhana to become fructified, right? And in that, one primary subject that we study is Sanskrit. Now, you might wonder, who is it who will actually do this course, right? Who is eligible to do that? So, those seekers who are youth in the age group 20 to 35 years of age, they are the ones who can apply for this course. What is the other eligibility, you might wonder, right? So primarily, if you are a graduate, if you are in this age group, and if you are also single, unmarried, then you can apply to this course. But what is the main eligibility? It is my availability to take these 2 years and invest in myself this time to study under the gurus, study under the acharyas of Chinmaya Mission, and gain this in-depth knowledge. And this urge of studying is not just scholarly, right? It is not something you might wonder, what will happen after 2 years? Will I get a certificate? Will I graduate? Yes, you will graduate. But you, as Gurudev said, it is an open university that you will graduate in. You will gain that confidence to take up this path. Right now, how is it? All of us are attending this Bhaj Govindam talks. So much of discussion is happening, so much of reflection is happening through Swadhyaya and Sadhana. And we are doing a lot of manana also, right? And so many challenges right now just doing this basic text, right? Where we are having some preconceived notions and we are trying to understand what is being conveyed by the Acharya, Shankaracharya ji, and how Swamiji, Swami Advayananda, who is the Acharya of this camp, how he is putting it so lucidly for us. Through examples we can relate with, right? Now, just think from this basic text, if we have to move to Upanishads, what is primarily required? That we are completely undisturbedly absorbed in that environment of this Gurukula. So that Gurukula environment is provided here in the Sandeepany. And what then is required? As we said, the main criteria is our own availability. So there is a discipline to it, right? We are ourselves making, time to come here on time before, right? But are we making time properly? Are we being here following the regulations? No, but in the Sandeepany, that is some discipline which we have to ingrain in ourselves. Because the day will start at 5:30. The class will start at 5:30, Vedic chanting. Thereafter, we will have 2 main classes on the Vedanta, which is from 7 to 8 in the morning and 4 to 5 in the evening, right? In between, we will also study Sanskrit. We will also do some seva, right? We will also do some yoga for our own fitness. And of course, we will put in more time to imbibe what is gained as Shravana in the class. And thereafter, in the evening, we also will there is a beautiful temple over there, the Jagdishwara Mandir. And over there, we will have daily aarti. So we will attend to that aarti. We will also be doing the chanting, etc. And also after that, we will have daily satsangs, where we will listen to bhakti granthas, such as the Ramcharitmanas, such as the Bhagavatam. And again, this discipline, what else is required? One is that we will wear certain uniform. Certain uniform as in, we will be wearing white clothes. The men students, they will be wearing white kurta, pajama. The women will be wearing white sari. Are we able to, many people ask, will we be able to use our phones? As less as possible. Only once a week we can access that phone. Why all this? Because this is not some information we are collecting, but it is more of our own nature that we are trying to understand, right? And we have just had a brief glimpse of it over here, correct? So that 2 years, the Acharya of the course will dedicatedly be available to us, will dedicatedly be giving us this knowledge. And how it will come to us? He will be connecting with each one of us. Just as now also, Swamiji, Vedji, right? All of us are connecting with you on person-to-person basis and making the understanding clear as you want, right? So this 2-year course, right? It was started in 1963 in English, and now we have mainly in 2 languages this course is conducted. One is in English in Powai, Mumbai, and the other is in Hindi at Himachal Pradesh. Right now, the course that we are speaking of is going to start in Powai, Mumbai in January, on 15 January 2024. And the Mukhya Acharya of the course is Pujya Swami Swarupanandji, whom we just saw his video message, and the resident Acharya, who will be there fully for the next 2 years, is Swami Advayananda, who is our camp Acharya right now. So besides what we are learning over there, right, besides the training for the mind and intellect, there will also be some training for how we are going to present this knowledge to the world. Okay, so that is also part of this course. And then you might wonder, one of the questions that comes up is, what is the fees of the course? And can only certain class of people come? No. So the course is fully sponsored by Chinmaya Mission. None of the students, those from India, those from outside of India, all of them are sponsored. The course is entirely free for 2 years. You will be provided with single room accommodation. You will be provided with books, food, clothes, all for the next 2 years of the course. Now, besides this, what else is required? Our own presence is required to be fully there and available to imbibe this learning. Now, I'm sure that when we are speaking of this, there are many questions that might come to your mind. So I'm going to invite Puja Swamiji on stage, as well as Brahmachari Vedji. I have just given a brief information to you about the course, right? And then Swamiji will also speak to us, tell us about this course. Now, who has, all the Swamijis and Brahmacharis whom you see over here, right? And who are present in centers across the 300 centers around the globe, they have done this 2-year course. They have all done the 2-year course, and that's how we became eligible then to take Diksha, when we at heart felt that now is our time to not only do the sadhana, but also the swadhyaya and seva for life. Swamiji, can I request you to take over?
You can take it up, or you need it? Not take it. Take it up. So Tarni, it was a very, very nice introduction of Sandeepany that she gave, right? Very comprehensive, very nicely covered. All essential points she has given a very, very good idea. My special appreciations for the succinct presentation. Okay. So I have with me Tarani, I have with me Ved, both of them are there, and I have with me myself also. We 3 of us did this Vedanta course. Brahmachari Ved did his Vedanta course, which number? 15th batch. Brahmachari Tarani did 16th batch. I think I did the 8th batch, I think. Huh? 8th batch? Yeah, 8th batch I did. I did it in 1991 to 1993. And you did it from 2011 to 13. And you did it from
14 to 16.
You have the mic with you.
2014 to 16.
2014 to 16. I'm not telling all of you should come there. Okay? Please, you all be free to think and do what you want. And I think there are some people online also watching this. So anyone who has got any questions, please feel free to ask, because this is your opportunity to know more about the course for yourself if you want. This is also an opportunity for you to share information with others about the course. This is a very unique course. Such a course is, I'm not sure, is readily available. So whatever you want, you can ask now. If you don't have anything to ask also, it's fine. Because she gave a very good presentation, but feel free to ask whatever you want. Okay? And based on that question, I will request Tarani, Ved or myself, based on what kind of question, we shall give an answer. If anyone needs a mic, they should be provided with the same.
One point that I it missed out while I was conveying, is that this course is open for both men and women. No restriction in terms of nationality, no restriction in terms of religion, no restriction in terms of any other caste or creed also. Those who have, the primary requirement is those who have an urge, intense urge to take to this path, they are welcome to join this course. Of course, there is a procedure for that. You have to apply, you have to go through the application process, and there will also be an interview online with Swamiji.
Please pass the mic.
Hari Om Swamiji. I had put about this course on my social media. A lot of people were interested in it, but they were not falling in this age group. And they were all inquiring me, why this age limit? So if you could please tell me an answer which I could give them.
So I will share with you why this age group, and I will also share with you the alternate possibility for them.
Sure, that would be great.
You know, spirituality is for everyone. Shankaracharya says, Balastavat krida saktaha, Tarunastavat taruni saktaha, Vruddhastavat chinta saktaha, Parame Brahmani kopina sakta. Meaning, at whatever age one is, one has the possibility to enter into this spiritual knowledge. Whether it is a Bala or whether it is, there have been some saints who have been Balas. There have been some saints who started that journey when they were in the youth. There have been some saints, for example, Swami Vivekananda and all youth. Many people started in the youth. And then there are some people who started in the middle age, some people in the old age. Everybody, the path of spirituality is open. But at different ages, we are capable of certain things. This is a very intensive course. And 2 years, no holidays. Okay? No holidays. And you can't really think, how intense it is. Only you have gone through it, you know it. And of course, it's so enjoyable if you love it, That's all goes without any. In fact, if you ask what is the most memorable time of our lives, I think each one of us who are sitting here will say, it was those 2 years at Vedanta course. We will say most memorable. But one thing about it is that you can't do it once more. Because after the course we want, I have to be here only in the ashram and not go, we want. But it is such an intense program. And every day is a new revelation. Knowledge is always like that, You get to know if you love it. If you don't love it, every day is a boring day. But if you love it every day, wow, ooh, hi, oh, all kinds of mental sounds you will make. Because such is a revelation. But then the course being intense, everybody will not be able to take the, I won't say strain of the course, but it's not wrong to say the strain of the course. So morning 5:30 it starts meditation with Vedic chanting, and then 2 Vedanta classes, a lot of Sanskrit to study, and Sanskrit means a lot of memorization is involved. Vedanta also a lot of new concepts are being studied, and some texts have to be memorized. Bhagavad Gita and all those things are memorized. Meaning there are many aspects where many faculties of the intellect are required. And as the age progresses, see, it is not that knowledge means you should memorize. But this system is set in such a manner where a person is trained not only for his own knowledge and his own sadhana, her own sadhana, but also the capacity, the training is given for how to share and communicate also, which requires additional skills, additional capacities. So many Upanishads we just memorize, it will just it will just come with us. Why? Because we have done all those things there. But a little age, for example, somebody has to practice, go to, let us say, they want to go for gymnastics, let us say. At what age they start? Not at the age of 17, 16. They start at the age of 6, 5. Sometimes even 4, 5 they start. Somebody wants to go for army. That's a particular age. There is such a requirement that your height has to be this much. If 1 centimeter less, you are rejected. And such things will be there that your eyesight should be like this. Your diabetes level should be not there. Your sugar should be like this. Even if you want to become a pilot, let us say, so many things are there. Right? And they are for a particular purpose. Spirituality is for everyone. Knowledge of scriptures is for everyone. But that method of study at different ages, different things. Okay? So these challenges are there. Makes this course restricted for this particular age. Even among this age, I will tell you from experience, those who are at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, but they will get. Those who are age of 30, 31, 32, 33, there's a little more difficulty. Not that interest is less. We all know as we grow means not when we grow old age itself. From the age of 16 to the age of 25, the difference in our capacities. From the age of 25 to the age of 30, difference in our capacity. From the age of 30 to the age of 35, difference in capacity. We can see for ourselves. Okay? But up to the age of 35, this course is doable. This strain is enjoyable. This knowledge pursuit is delightful. But after some time, one feels strain. Now, for the age group, sometimes people even ask this question, why married people are not allowed? They will ask this question also. Because we are not saying that spirituality is only for non-married people. Spirituality is for everyone. But this is a different training. Someone who is dedicated to the spiritual path, that is their interest. And the training given to them will also be different. The focus on Vairagya will be there. So many things will be there which is suitable for that group, that situation. And according to their aims, the knowledge will be taught. But then there are other courses in Chinmaya Mission. You must have had a presentation yesterday. Online also so many courses are there. If you just look at that, other side, if you go and see carefully what all written there, so many possibilities are there, even online. But forget about online. Even residential program in Gurukula mode is available for the other age. Not even the other age. Even for example, 33 to 65. Very soon, you will hear about it. There will be a course called Vedanta Sadhaka course. Last year also this was conducted here. The second batch of it is going to start next year. Vedanta Sadhaka course. Gurukula, they will be staying here. But it won't be so, there will be, in between there will be days off. Some things will be there. There will be, for example, mobile and all those things. You can, you use it. So many things are there. And that is for anybody. And if somebody is even younger than 30, 33, 35, but if they don't have an intention to fully dedicate themselves to a spiritual path, they can also do that course. Not a problem. Right? The beauty of it is that spiritual knowledge is for everyone. Depending on what each one needs, we have to customize it for their requirement. And therefore the customization for such a person who wants such a thing and who are in such an age, then the course is framed accordingly. The syllabus is framed accordingly. Everything is framed keeping that in mind. Okay? I hope you got your answer.
Yes. Thank you, Swamiji.
Please try to focus on the Sandeepany Vedanta course because that is the main topic.
Hari Om Swamiji, Pranam Vedji, Pranam Tarini ji. I wanted to ask you about your experience, like what made you pursue this course? Was it Vairagya or was it devotion towards spirituality?
What is it? Was it?
I'm asking what led you toward this course? Was it Vairagya or was it devotion towards spirituality?
You want whom?
Any one of you could.
Each one of you say. Tarani you say, and then Ved you say. Then I will say also.
Hari Om. I think it is combination of both, and there is much more also. See, when we are doing our schooling, colleges, etc., we are in touch with spirituality. Hardly anybody who is born in India is not a spiritual person. But to take it up as the main goal of your life requires that kind of seriousness. So if you really ask, pinpoint one reason why you joined the course, we probably will not be able to tell. It will be probably a combination of few things. But yes, there is a kind of vairagya that is necessary and which is involved. Sometimes it comes out of frustration also. I don't want this 9 to 5 job. What is this? I am sitting in front of computer. And so actually when I joined course, because you asked about experience, during our batch, mobiles are not allowed at all. Means you don't even go with mobile. You leave mobile at home, no phone, nothing you carry, and you go. Can't believe how relieved I was. Why? So much frustrated with that mobile. Why? Because everybody is calling at any time. Continuously I have to be there. Sometimes it is out of frustration also. But then when you go there, you realize that frustration will live only for a little time. If that kind of attachment is still there with the world, then it will not allow me to sit there and study properly. So we did have little bit of vairagya, I am sure. Probably didn't know what exactly is bhakti, but some kind of love for knowledge, love for study was there, that I want to know. And one important thing in my life which happened was that I was very much inspired and fascinated by the brahmacharis and swamis of Chinmaya mission. So I didn't know anything. I wanted to become like them. That's what inspired me to join. Probably I did not even understand what exactly, what kind of seriousness is required in Sandeepany. But I just wanted to go through what they have gone through. So that kind of inspiration, see, many of us have idols, no? So for me, it was like that, have they done, all of them have done, then I also want to do that. So it is a combination of everything, I think. More than anything else, His grace, He chooses, and then you go there. That's also there.
So like Vedji said, there is that inspiration that you get when you come into the company or the presence of these Mahatmas, I would say. So for me, it was that when I, one is that Prarabdha led me to it. I had no connection with Chinmaya mission, right? I just went randomly for a camp because I heard from a random person whom I didn't even know, right? But when you see all this, right, then you want to be with those people, right? It's like a magnet pulling you, right? But when I also saw them, not only were they ideals, but it was also the thing that, there's this quote which is saying that it is people like you who make people like me like people like you, right? And
What is that again?
it is people like you who make people like me like people like you. Okay, so it was that. But for me, I would always, at the back of my mind, we have this negative kida inside of us. So we say that, but that is, they are ideals. They have that kind of capability. They have that kind of eligibility. See the Sanskrit, see the Nishtha. Will you be able to do this Sanskrit? Will you be able to do this? So for me, even though I started with the Yuva Kendra, I also got into a lot of activities and was so inspired by things. And also to the extent that I thought that, bas ho gaya, I don't want to do any kind of job for an outside company. I want to do something which will give me that fulfillment. And once you get that taste of something good, you don't want to let go of it, right? So like this, I kept moving, and still I kept that far, that course. I will I'll get little droplets, but I will not go for it. Why? Because I am not eligible. But then, by Gurudev's grace, I was given seva in that Pavai ashram. And when I was doing that, the grace was that the course was on the 15th batch, which Vedji was doing, right? And the Acharya was our Puja Swami Advayananda. So, though I was not fully part of that course, I was attending classes, and I was also seeing how these brahmacharis, how the students who are called brahmacharis themselves, how they were getting aligned to this. Not that they had he had a background, not that all of them had that background, some of them came randomly completely, right? And then I knew at the end of it that enough of even seva, enough of whatever I thought is doing good and being good. Now I need to know that good which makes everything good. Right? And that was the inspiration that came from it. So there was Vairagya, because yes, that did pull you into it, because it said, how long you will keep doing this? And why keep the happiness away from you? So yes, the inspiration came thanks to the grace of the Gurus. Yeah.
For me, I became mad. That's all I can say. I was listening to, I was in my 11th grade. So when I was in my 11th grade, my mother and father, and all my sisters, my brother, I was the eldest in my home. So my father said, 11th standard, okay? Swami Chinmaya Gurudev was taking Viveka Chudamani, another beautiful text written by Adi Shankaracharya, a large text, in Himachal Pradesh, place called Siddhabari. So, school, when we get that, cut the school and then go for, there's always a joy, right? So father was telling, let's go. So 45 days it was, okay? And that time, all the way from, we have not left Tamil Nadu and gone anywhere. All the way from south to north to the Himalayas, So it was a holiday. So we all went there to Siddhabari at Himachal Pradesh. The moment I stepped into that ashram in Himachal Pradesh, it was feeling different. See, you're a youth, okay? Mind is restless. And you don't care for all kinds of things. 11th grade, 16, whatever, 15, 16, that age is very different. And but that's the age when you start thinking also. And that's the age also you throw away things. You don't believe, all those things throw. Nothing, got nothing of that. Total kind of, different attitude. And it's a rebel attitude. It's a teenage, rebel attitude. So I was with all these kind of things. But the moment I went inside the ashram, it felt different. Something felt different there. My irritation, suppose father will say something, he has no other job to tell all those. That's all inside the thought frame will go. All those things, suddenly I found that it's quietening, something is happening. That is only generally what happened. But then when the classes started, so Gurudev was explaining Viveka Chudamani, and I was finding not just answers to my questions, I was finding answers to those which I would not have raised as questions also. New questions were raised in the text and answers were given. I became so fascinated with this spiritual knowledge. And this Brahman, which, Gurudev would be explaining, Satchidananda, consciousness, and all those things were fascinating. That knowledge was so attractive to me. I became mad with that knowledge. Every day, whatever text, Gurudev would be covering the verses, I will go and sit down myself and study all of them. In the class, I will take full notes of everything. So like that, I became so engrossed with that knowledge. And when it became, then at that time there were brahmacharis, like how you find brahmacharis here. There were brahmacharis of whatever batch Guruji Swami Tejomayanji had taken. Those brahmacharis were there. And those brahmacharis were study group sevaks for us. Like how you are having group discussion. So they were all, and I became very friendly with all of them. And when they used to go for walk, I used to join with them. Walk in the Himalayas, beautiful places. So I became totally engrossed and so deeply enchanted by this knowledge. And above all, with Gurudev's explanation. Gurudev's explanations are most beautiful, very hilarious. Your stomach will burst with laughter. He's an amazing teacher. Amazing teacher. So all those things, kind of left a very deep impact. So by the time the course, 45 days, 30 days or something, 35 days, I became so much enchanted. I told Gurudev, I'm not going back home. I want to go to ashram. I want to go to Sandeepany. I came to know these brahmacharis are there, they are studying, a place is there, therefore this Sandeepany, something is there. I came to know all those things. You please take me, I'm going to go to. Like that I became so insistent on all those things. And Gurudev was very compassionate. He said, he found that probably he must have thought that this fellow is okay, must have thought. Usually, we require graduation to join the Sandeepany. So Gurudev made an exception. He said, you can understand English and it's okay, you are able to follow things. But he said, you have to finish your 12th. I said, nothing doing, I want to go now. I became mad, I told you. He said, no, you have to finish 12th. Without 12th, I will not take you. And I want 12th distinction from you. Okay? So all those things, when he said, and I don't want anyone to say that you ran away from, I want you to be successful in the world also. Whatever successful at that age can be. And whatever Gurudev said, okay, I will do that. But my mind was so much in spiritual things. I used to read a lot of Ramakrishna Paramhansa books, Vivekananda books, Swami Shivanandaji books, all those books I was reading. But luckily, something happened. Even if I spent a little time in studies, earlier the mind used to be distracted, now focused. So I would be studying probably, 5 hours spiritual literature. And 1 hour only I'll be studying, 1.5 hours I'll be studying for my school. But those 1.5 hours I study, I said, it will just go inside. So my academics also improved like anything. And by the time I completed my course and all, very high percentage, 96.5, 98, 97, very high percentage. But I was not interested in all those things. Before that I wanted to become a doctor or something like that. But now my interest was so much in spiritual things that those marks and did not matter anything for me. Actually, when those marks and all were declared, I was in Siddhabari. One more camp of Gurudev was attending, Narada Bhakti Sutra. I was attending. At that time, there was no phones and all those things. So when I reached back home, all my friends and all, they said, hey, so much marks you have got. Where are you? What are you doing? I had not told anything to anyone. Because I didn't tell anything to anyone. Everybody thought I want to become a doctor or anything like that. But suddenly I told my friends, I'm going to ashram. You're mad or what? What is ashram? Nobody knows anything like that. Then they told, oh, you want to become a Samyar? All kinds of things and all, all this. I said, I'm going now. Then why don't you give your marks to us? That way they, friends and all, they were all very, very dear. They all are even now dear to me. But my pull was there for God so much. And luckily, it was lit by Gurudev. That fire was lit by Gurudev, nourished by Gurudev, and fulfilled by Gurudev. It was an amazing journey. It remains to be amazing even now. Then, anyone has any question?
Hari Om. I just wanted to know what are the possibilities after this course?
What are the possibilities after the course?
What are the opportunities after that?
Both of you, please.
So it's a 2 years course as mentioned. There is no certificate or degree, diploma that we get at the end of this course, because this is not that kind of course. Not, as Taraniji also was mentioning, no, it's not an academic kind of course. It's more for personal spiritual growth. If suppose at the end of the course, somebody wants to dedicate his or her entire life to this knowledge and in the dissemination of this knowledge, and if the Acharya also finds that person suitable, then a person can take up Diksha, what is called as Brahmacharya Diksha. So, new clothes will be given, new name will be given, and you will be posted in a particular place where you will continue your study and you will also continue your teaching. That is one option, but that happens towards the end of the course. There will be an interview, one more, where you also have to give your desire. Not that all the people who are joining the course would want to dedicate their entire life, and not that all those who want to dedicate their life, Acharya ji will choose, not necessary. Okay, so both sides, if it is suitable, then one can take up to this life fully and take up Brahmacharya Diksha. Then you will become like full-time, sevaks of Chinmaya Mission. You will be posted in a particular center. You will continue to, do all the other activities of the mission, taking classes for Balviyar, small children, youngsters, elders, study groups, and, all these kind of things you can do. Suppose there is somebody who says that, no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to go back to my life. Can go back to your life and, do whatever job you were doing before. Not preferable, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. And so these are the options available after the completion of 2 years course.
Thank you.
That 1 year course, is 1 year course I was talking of, right? Did I tell? Other 1 year course. Vedanta Sadhaka course. That is a postgraduate diploma in Advaita Vedanta, offered by the Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. So university, deemed university. That has got a different thing. This has got a different one. This is really speaking, this course, that kind of knowledge, that kind of training will be given, that one is benefited fully if one walks the spiritual path fully. Yes, knowledge never goes waste. That goes without saying. But the training is focused on that.
Swamiji, my question was if I am interested and I can dedicate all my life here itself, but there may be possibilities that my parents won't be allowing me to stay away for 2 years. So what shall I do then? To listen them or to...
Shall I tell you the truth?
Yes.
Anyone wants to answer? If you're really interested, you will see that God somehow makes it possible for you. Don't think it was easy for me to get permission from my mother or father. I don't think anyone must have been easy. Maybe exceptions can be there, but it is not easy. But something happens, especially when someone really wants God, and spiritual wisdom. Somehow God does the background job. So if you are really keen, you will see that somehow something. Just today I finished an interview with one boy. He had come for the last batch. Last batch means this Advaita Jagaran. He was there in June, I think. So when he had come here, he said that he wants to join. But then I told him, unless you get your parents' permission, we cannot take you. I said, you don't have to join this course. There's one more course called Yovir course is there for youth for 3 months or 2.5 months it's there, and then 1 year Seva is there. You do that course, I told him. He was very, very keen. No, I want to do this course only. He was asking me how it is possible to convince my parents, you tell me. He was asking me. Well, he's right, he asked me because I also have done the job of convincing my parents. So he's asking an experienced person only. But I told him only one thing. I said, if you are really keen, the whole world will conspire to make it happen for you. The whole world will conspire to make it happen for you. And it really happened like that for him. I'm not going to tell story how it happened. It happened for him. Today I finished the interview, then I spoke to his mother and father, Zoom call. The parents were okay. They welcomed. Because I wanted to confirm also. He's a very young boy, 22 years old only. He got selected. And he was so happy and so delighted. If you are keen, somehow something happens in this cosmos, because God is responsible for the cosmos. If whether God wants to meet you or not, if you want to meet God, then He will be very, very eager to meet you. So I don't know the answer to your question, but I know how it works. This is how it works. It all depends on your sincerity, your keenness, your... In the Upanishad there's a beautiful statement. Yame Vaishya Vrunute Tena Labhya. He who seeks God, God chooses him. There's a beautiful statement also in Bible. Knock and it shall be opened. Seek and it shall be given. Ask and it shall be given. Some statement like this is there. What I'm saying is that in every religion, in every scripture, it is all very, very clearly stated. If you seek God, God will be available for you. The question is, do I seek God? That is important.
Swamiji, I want to ask, I'm not eligible for the course, but if still I am interested, and the home study courses especially, so what is the, from where should I start? What courses should I do? Ideally, because I am a mother of two and certainly married and in a grahastha ashram I am. So, but still I'm interested and I cannot leave all those things. So, what are the courses that I can take up?
You start with the Foundation Vedanta course. Go to the Advanced Vedanta course. In Foundation Vedanta course, you'll get the foundation. In Advanced Vedanta course, all concepts will become clear. Then the Bhagavad Gita course will tell you how to apply those concepts in day-to-day life. Then you go to Upanishad course where you get the cream of the wisdom. These are the 4 basic courses. Now suppose you do the Foundation Vedanta course and you want to do little more basic things before you go to the Advanced Vedanta course. Then there are small texts like, for example, Tattva Bodha is there. Courses there on that. Yes. Right? Like that you do a few courses. Then you go to Advanced Vedanta course. Then you do a few more things with Advanced Vedanta courses along with it. Probably Atma Bodha you will do. Some text you can take up. Right? These courses are available on this. Then you go to Bhagavad Gita course. Chapter by chapter it will go. Suppose you want to go verse by verse, go for Master Gita, Master Life. Then you go to Upanishad course. Really speaking, I don't have to tell all those things because when you register for it, there will be a link called as roadmap for study. And in that roadmap you will find everything. And very nicely, interestingly, they have put the roadmap here.
Yeah,
Recommended roadmap. Yeah. You go and look at that carefully. Okay. Now let us focus on the Sandeepany Vedanta course. Okay.
Anyone has a question?
Use the mic.
Are there any questions in the comments? Please check once. Check there. YouTube. No question. Questions are there. No?
Somebody should read out.
Abhijit, take mic and read.
Or just give the phone information.
Yeah, I think if the phone is given to Tarani then, or Ved, one of you can see and then see the questions which are there.
Okay, Hari Om Swamiji. Okay. Just reading the question, Swamiji. I heard that course will be taught in English. since the scriptures are in Sanskrit, how effective will this be? Sorry for asking this question because I feel that the translation may be difficult.
You can answer.
Yes, so yes, the scriptures are in Sanskrit, and the explanation will be in English. But as Taraniji also mentioned in the beginning, we will also be taught to study Sanskrit. We'll also learn Sanskrit along with it. Then the translation becomes little easier. Yes, everything in Sanskrit cannot be translated in English, agreed. But for our understanding, if the course entirely happens in Sanskrit, we will not understand anything. Therefore, what happens is there is a kind of balance which is created. And interestingly, in Sandeepany, what happens is, it is not that we have a specific Sanskrit class where we study Sanskrit. In Vedanta class also we study Sanskrit. And in Sanskrit class also we will study Vedanta. So because it's all together, no? So as now also, for example, suppose we are studying a text called Bhaja Govindam. Then Swamiji will say Bhaja comes from root Bhaj Sevayam. Now what are we doing? We are not just only speaking in English, but we are taking the base of Sanskrit and then explaining in English. So yes, 100% translation is not possible, and that is not attempted also. But slowly our knowledge of Sanskrit grammar also develops, so that by the completion of the course, we look at the verse and the verse starts to open up itself, where we don't need a particular language as such, but the course will be in English so that maximum people can benefit from it. We do have other Sandeepany courses also which happen in Hindi, which happen in other regional languages, etc. But this particular course that we are talking about, which is starting in January next month in Pavai Ashram, is in English. I hope I've answered.
Yeah.
One more question. What will be the change?
One more point. The ability to study or to comprehend Sanskrit will grow so high during the period of the course that you will be able to study advanced Sanskrit text also, like the Bhashyas of Shankaracharya. We have studied, right? We have said, right? Shankaracharya is Bhashyakara, we said. So commentaries on his Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and all, we will be able to understand. So your level of Sanskrit will grow faster. Initial months, you will take more help from English. And as it grows, you will take lesser and lesser help from English. But your Sanskrit will grow so high.
One more question is there. Do you also teach Nyaya and Vaisheshika Shastras?
This course is focused on Advaita Vedanta. If you go to study Nyaya, Vaisheshika and all, it will just take you out of the main thing. But while we study the commentaries of Shankaracharya, there will be references to Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, all various darshanas, Bauddha, Jaina, various darshanas will also be taken up. Because Shankaracharya, he established Advaita Vedanta by discussing, arguing and convincing everyone of the truth of Advaita Vedanta. So therefore, wherever required, that basics of Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, Sankhya, Bauddha, Jaina, all the darshanas, Astika and Nastika. Astika means those darshanas which accept the Vedas as authority, which are 6 in number. Then those darshanas which don't accept the Vedas as authority, which are the Bauddha, Jaina, Charvaka schools. Together all of them also 6 in number. All you will get the clarity on those essential points of those philosophies also as the course goes on. But it is not like how Vedanta is taught in a structured manner. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya or Yoga, all of them will be taught. No. Advaita Vedanta is the focus.
One more question. May we know who will teach in the course? I'll answer. So, as you must have seen, the resident Acharya for this 19th batch of Sandeepany course in Pavai is Swami Advayananda. So he will be the main Acharya for the course. He will be teaching Vedanta subjects, etc. There will be one more Brahmachari ji who will be there, who will teach chanting, Sanskrit, sometimes may take satsang also. Along with that, the Mukhya Acharya of the course is the head of the mission, Pujya Swami Swarupanand ji. We also have Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayanand ji, They will also probably take certain texts, certain sessions.
Certainly.
And then there will also be video sessions of Gurudev which we will be seeing during the course. So we study from all these Acharyas, but the main resident Acharya is Swami Advayananda, who will be with the students for 2 years.
And also there will be some invited
other Swamins
of the Chinmaya mission who have expertise in various aspects. They will also come and teach. Sometimes we will also call experts from outside to give some guest lectures on certain aspects. For example, Sad Darshanas, Shad Darshanas will be covered. Something on temples and architecture of, we may give something. Various other aspects also. Something related with culture, something related with society, something related with religion. So many things also will be taught. Sometimes an overview of other religions also can be given. It all depends on the need and the requirement. Okay, for which experts from other fields will be called.
One more question is there, I think last in this. What will be the changes in one person after the Vedanta course?
Tarani, you answer.
Okay. So one thing is, if we are thinking that, oh my God, this is so intense, how will 2 years someone be in it? So this course is very holistic, Actually, if you see that, and that's why Swamiji said, in that 2 years, you will not have studied like you have studied before. You will not also have lived like you have been living so far. It will bring that kind of inspiration in all of us. That kindling of that inspiration is so immense that after that, no matter where you go, you will be able to face all challenges of life. And how is this happening also? You might say that, how is it so holistic, right? If you see, not only there is the discipline of brahmacharya, not only is there a tuning of the shishya and acharya in this Gurukula mode of learning. There is also the openness that comes about where we thought that, language is a hurdle. Our grasping power is a hurdle. We see that we are able to face all these, and more importantly, face our own mind, because that is one thing that happens very, very much intensely in that course. But as I said, it is not that it is very dry kind of learning. You will also celebrate all festivals in a way that you might not have done so far. You will love the Hindu culture once you have come over there, right? Not in a very fanatic way, but in a very holistically, ingrained way, where we understand why our culture has done so many things. That why part of it also becomes clear scientifically and also at the heart. So therefore, Gurudev had also said that, this course is not just for the head, it is also for the heart. So not just festivals, not just, our own potential coming to the fore. If you see in the course, if you observe the course, how you will see it in the brahmacharis here, right? We have had now at least 3 brahmacharis who have come here on stage, spoken. You have seen Vedji also, right, today. Be it music, be it speaking, be it joking, or being with people of all ages, right? Does a person become too introverted after the course? No. You learn to see that divinity in everyone. And slowly, that person who even in the course might be very introverted, that person blossoms when he comes back, or rather, when he goes and faces the world thereafter. Once a person has graduated from the Sandeepany, if I might use the word graduated, that person is definitely transformed, and she, they would definitely would want to kindle more such individuals across the world. So that becomes a zest of your life. Then no more you want to keep that knowledge, you want to more and more yourself only as you are doing. Like Gurudev says, when we are speaking here, right? So Gurudev says that is loud reflection. And Gurudev himself would say, or even here we have Swamiji, right? What will they say? I don't know about others, but I learnt very well. Right? So that is the way, not only of doing your own sadhana, but also the swadhyay coming through very effectively, and of course, the seva happening just so easily, sahaj. That, the vision of Chinmaya Mission. What is the vision of Chinmaya Mission? Maximum happiness to maximum people for the maximum time. So that comes about very naturally and effectively, and definitely it happens from individual to individual, because again Gurudev himself has said, in individual transformation alone lies world transformation. I hope that has answered. Swamiji, you want to add something?
Ved, anything you would like to add on that?
Couple of things actually. One is the change that we are talking about, what change will happen in a person, is a very, very internal process. It depends on each person how much they can take from the course, etc. But you clearly, I can tell about what change has happened in me, which I have noticed. I'm sure other people around me must have noticed more change, probably. But what one thing that I have noticed is that when I joined the course, I used to get irritated by everything. By somebody's spirituality also I used to get irritated, because I used to think that what I am doing is spirituality, what other people are doing is madness. And then why are you doing it unnecessarily? Who told you? Used to get irritated a lot. The entire course gave me that kind of foundation and that calmness that everybody is following the same path. Their methods may be different, their likings may be different, but that kind of, you can say, maturity comes. So I feel that is one important change that I see in myself. But you see, you learn everything in the course. When we joined the course, we didn't even know how to speak in front of elderly sadhus, sannyasis, how to do, what not to do, how to walk with them, and what you should not do, what you should do. Those things are also automatically you learn. It is not that they are taking class for that, but you learn automatically being in company of such people. So there is clearly outer change also which will happen. There will come a kind of finishing in your way of working, kind of that finesse will come. All that will happen, but that is all outside change. The internal change that happens, I don't think I will be able to explain it, what happens. It is for each person to experience.
What is the exact question?
Question is, what are the changes that happen in a person?
What are the changes which happen in a person? Many changes happen. But one thing universally happens with everyone is that the goal in life becomes very clear. Goal in life becomes very clear, and the path becomes very clear. You know where to go, you know how to go. This clarity comes. It's not that after the 2 years they become God realized. No. It can become realized. You can become realized in a moment also if you catch the knowledge. It's not that. But universally this will be there. I know where to go, I know how to go, and I get all the support to go. to where I want to go. Our life usually is, I don't know where to go and how to go. That problem is solved.
Some more questions have come. Shall we?
I think we should stop in another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes. 10-15 we should stop.
Yeah. So some questions I will quickly answer. How to know about starting new courses? So if you are talking about the Sandeepany course, it is starting on 15th of January next month, 2024 in Powai.
And for this, interviews are nearly complete. We can take interviews till the end of probably
December.
Probably another 5 days to 10 days we can take.
If you are asking about other courses, in the description of this YouTube video itself, you have link to Chinfo channel, Chinmaya International Foundation's website also is there. Go there, you will know about the 1-year residential course for elders, which Swamiji spoke about, Vedanta Sadhaka course. Whenever it is announced, it will come there. All the online courses, if you want to know, that also information is available on that channel. Somebody is also asking, want to know more about this course? Please visit the Chinmaya Mission website as well as Sandeepany Sadhanale website.
What is the exact website? Can you read it out? Tell it out.
Sandeepany.chinmayamission.com.
Sandeepany.chinmayamission.com is the link for, and it is there in the YouTube. If you see the YouTube description, the link is given over there. Yeah. If you want to know about the other course, which is the course which is going to be in Hindi, which will be there, which will be commencing on 8th May. That is going to be taken at Siddhabari, that is in Himachal Pradesh. If you check the Sandeepany webpage, you will get a link for that also. Yeah.
One more question is, is a student trained into elocution, which means giving talks or discourses on the text?
Yeah.
Yes. Whatever training is required, that training will be given, and as Taraniji was mentioning in the beginning, it will also be, demonstration itself will be there, in the sense that I myself have to study and express my thoughts in front of everybody.
But all of them will be done in the spirit of sadhana and not as any elocution or public speaking and all those things. Even though you will find the Swamis and Brahmacharis of Chinmaya Mission very capable speakers, the attitude is not to speak or to give lecture. I am the Guru, you are all ignorant masses. That's not the thing. All of them are embodiments of God, and we are only serving a great cause by being an instrument in the hands of this great culture and the rishis. The attitude is very different. The words like elocution, public speaking and all those things don't apply here, even though they are very highly competent in elocution and public speaking. Over.
There are few questions.
Read the questions.
Okay, I will read the question on how to explain if parents or others have negative opinion and fear about staying in spiritual organization. How to make them understand?
It happens by itself in its own way. I think some clues we are given in between.
If you are sincere enough and if they have faith in you, I think they will understand what you are doing.
And if you have any doubt, ask them to come to the ashram and
Yes.
have a look what is there. Ashram is not open, not closed.
Parents do come to drop the student also in between sometimes, to meet also, all those things, because it is an ashram, it is open for all. So it's not that we are taking your children away or anything like that. One more quick question is there. Can people from other sect also join? I am a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, can I also join?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's open for everyone.
Does
These man-made differences don't count in front of God.
And in the history of Sandeepany, we have had many people joining from many other organizations, Hindu organizations as well as other religion organizations, also people coming and studying there. So you are most welcome. Does this course require basic knowledge of Sanskrit language? No, actually, because Sanskrit will be taught right from the beginning, how to write E. From there it will be taught. If somebody has that kind of knowledge before, there will be two batches kind of for Sanskrit class. So one batch will be for the people who don't know at all how to read, how to write, nothing they know. It will be taught from the beginning. If there is somebody who has already learned little bit of Sanskrit and therefore is well versed with the script, etc., then for them a different kind of classes will be there. But it is not a prerequisite. If you know, very good, but it is not a prerequisite that you must know and then only you can apply, nothing like that. One last question I will take. Is it possible to get the facility to learn Hindustani classical vocal to explore the devotional aspect during the course? Swamiji wants me to answer? Or?
You see, let me hear what answer you are giving.
There is no such facility that takes place. And you see, what is most required for devotional singing is devotion, not singing as such. Okay. This is a Vedanta course. So the focus will remain on that. But having said that, because there are so many of co-students who are there, I do learn lots of bhajans, lots of singing. I start understanding the Shruti, start singing in Swara because of 2 years. No, 2 years is a long time. So even if, I am listening to good music as such, that also will bring about some change, but there will not be any facility or any such classes, etc., which will happen for singing.
Can I add to that? So one thing that will also happen is we will be exposed to a short extent in terms of what are the grassroots activities that Chinmaya Mission does. Right? Be it Bal Vihar, be it Yuva Kendra, be it Devi Group, be it Gita chanting. So in all this, somewhere the singing of bhajans, of devotional songs also comes about. Also the singing of stotras is part of our daily routine over there also. Right? So this will, somehow it will come up in ourselves, right? And also we will have much exposure because we are at the center, the Sandeepany Sadhanalaya is being centrally located in Mumbai. When different functions happen where the Swaranjali group of Chinmaya Mission also comes in, we will be exposed to that also. But again, as Swamiji said, or as even Vedji said, the prime, priority over there, or the main subject that we are studying is this Adhyatma Vidya of Vedanta. So the other parts are just, supplementary. They are not the main.
Yes. And in case you are a person who is practicing music and all, wherever time is available, you can devote certain portion of your time for that practice so that you can be in touch with it. Because singing and music are ways of worshipping the Lord. It doesn't go against your Vedanta studies or anything like that. Rock and roll music and all may not be suitable there. Shall we conclude now? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. All of you can do something very, very important and valuable, is that ensure that this information of what we now shared, reaches far and wide. Remember, any person who has got that love for God should not lose the opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. Whether it is useful for those of us who are sitting here, there is somebody waiting for this knowledge. Okay? Ensure that it reaches that person.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining online also. Thank you. Hari Om.